Welcome back, friends, to our grooming session for stock market beginners. Today's our topic is: are there any limitation or risk associated with the fundamental analysis? Let's understand. Yes, there is. But let's understand. So, risk associated with fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is a method to evaluating the intrinsic value of the stock by examining its financial and economical conditions. Although it can assist investor in making more informed decision, it is also carries certain risks, such as inaccurate information, market disagreement, company changes, and market inefficiencies. Moreover, it may be time consuming. So, fundamental analysis is a long term process. We have to evaluate and understand every quarter's company stock performance, how much company is making profit, how much company is increasing its balance sheet, and what are the cash flows. These are the essential points to know by every quarter, and normally we can follow for every year. Limited predictive power. So fundamental analysis are based on the premise that the intrinsic value of the company's stock can be estimated by analyzing its financial and economic data. However, the future is very uncertain. No one knows the future, right? So we can only do predict, and we can predict by its past performance. So yes, it is uncertain. So we have to keep that in mind. The financial numbers of the past will not follow in the future with the same numbers. So there are many external factors that can affect the company's performance, such as the changes in consumer behavior, technological advancements with disruptions of technology, and political events. Therefore, even the most thorough fundamental analysis can't predict future with complete accuracy. Yes, friends. Recently, we know the effect of tariff, right? We experience when the government changes, the policies also changes. And right now, the tariff plan throughout the world by US, it is very looking very distractive. So, information asymmetry. One of the biggest challenges in fundamental analysis is the availability of information. Publicly traded companies are required by law to disclose certain financial information, but not all information is publicly available. Insiders, such as the executive with large shareholders, may have access non-public information that they have significant impact on the company's performance. Yes, for example, the infrastructure company who is applying for a very huge tender or a very huge contract, we don't know the what are the outcomes of that, but the insider of the inside of the company or the big stakeholder maybe know very well about that. So it can lead to higher stock prices or a stock effect. So we have not we don't have much access to the company. So where the some investors have an advantage than others. Time consuming. Time consuming. Fundamental analysis requires a significant amount of time effort to conduct. We have to sit down with patients and read financial statement for the long time and follow the numbers. We have to evaluate, we have to compare, we have to keep update ourselves. For example, if we are investing any company or sector, we have to close look to that, and it requires too much time. So this can be challenged as they may not have the resources and expertise performed through analysis. As a result, many investors rely on analysts and rating agencies, which can be costly and may not always provide accurate information. Market inefficiencies. Fundamental analysis assume that the market efficient and stock prices reflect all available information. However, there are situations where the market can be inefficient, such as during periods of extreme volatility when there is a lack of liquidity. In the situation of stock prices may reflect the value of the company, which can be create opportunities for the investors who can identify these inefficiencies. Final thoughts on your financial analysis. Invest wisely. Fundamental analysis is the valuable tool for the investors to identify profitable investments opportunities. However, investors should be aware of the risk and limitation of this approach and use it conjunction with the other investment tools. By understanding the challenges of the fundamental analysis, investor can make informed decisions and potential pitfalls. So stay tuned for our next topics. Thank you, friends. Jai Hind.